Recently, I made up a bunch of songs when we were home because there wasn't anything else to do. It usually takes me a long time, that was fun. We made a fun album too. I can't really play any of the songs because I made them up as I was. It's going to take me a long time to learn how to play the song. But that one was all right. I was just yelling things that day in the studio because we didn't have songs to start with, and I remember saying, "Never let a day go by." And at the time, I knew where I got it was there's a record Jerry Jeff Walker made. Yeah, you already know it. It's called "A Man Must Carry On," and at the very beginning of the record, you hear these chickens. And you hear Jerry Jeff Walker say, "Never let a day go by." And then the music starts, and I always thought, what a good idea, And then last year we lost him, and we lost Billy Joe Shaver, and I lost my dog, and man, I know it really was. Maybe the toughest year I've had to go through, which I would say makes me a lucky guy, One of the song I want to play you now is a song about John Prine. What a generous man. Without the songs and without any of that, we still lost an incredibly good guy. And I met him in the 80s when he was making demos for that record called The Missing Years. Long time ago. I was in my early 20s and he was a little younger than I am now. Isn't that funny? And he came to my show at the Daily Planet and then never stopped. I just fell on his list of people to give a shit about. And he never stopped looking after me. He let me make records, he let me tour with him. One time on tour with him, he had this pile of huge picks on his table, and it was the first time he asked me to sing with him, and I didn't have a pick, and I said, "Can I use one of these picks?" He goes, "Yeah, grab one of those," and I took one. He was like, "Not that one, no, not that one." People ask me what he's like, and boy, I tell two stories, if you got a second. One time we went to Europe, and we flew 14 hours, and then when we got off the plane, we had another 2 hours to drive. And the kid who picked us up was the promoter's son, and he got us out on the road and started heading to the place. And John said, "I think you might be heading the wrong direction." And the kid said, no, it's this way. And 2 hours later, so now 16 hours into our travel with another 4 added, this kid says, "Yeah, you were right, Mr. Prine." And everyone in that car, John's tour manager, you could feel that he wanted to kill the guy. I'm stoned and I was mad. Right? The band, everybody, you could feel it, you could smell it in the car. But from John, nothing. He said to the kid, "It's okay, man. It's fun to drive around." And he meant it. Right? That's the kind of guy who writes hello in there. And he hadn't just read a self-help book or anything. That was just him, being him. I'll tell you, oh God, I gotta tell you this other one. On the same tour, in fact, you're gonna thank me for this, I bet someday. On the same tour, there was a guy waiting outside the show with a CD for John, to play his songs for John, which is common, and a lot of singers don't do that because they don't want to accidentally steal. Your people tell you not to do it. But I don't think he was going to. And then he gets in the car and he says, "You guys, this guy has a song called Food and Pussy." We gotta play it, puts it in the CD, and it comes on, and it's a guy singing a cappella with himself, really pretty, like a cool Beach Boys sound. And the guy says, "What do I want? I want food and pussy. How come? 'Cause that's the way God made me. Is it alright? I guess it must be okay. Ooh bop bop bop, sham-a-lam-a ding dong. What do I want?" And John, of course, was in love and wanted to hear the next song. And it was all kinds of songs. And we listened to a bunch of them, and then John said, "We gotta go find this guy." And there wasn't that many bars around, and he found that guy. And this is the truth, that guy is on Old Boy Records to this day. His name is Dan Reeder, and you can get food and pussy. Just look up food and pussy. Really a song called that. And then you'll love the rest of, you'll like the rest of the record, man. Anyway, so anyway, the song isn't even as long as what I'm saying. This song, I knew as soon as I heard that John was gone, I could just already tell I was gonna make up a song, if only for myself, you know. And my last time I had seen him, thank goodness, he was dancing. At the end of his last tour, on the last song, he danced in a way he'd never danced before. And it was a different kind of thing. It was heavy and hilarious to the people who saw it, you know. And that's what I thought of when I mean, and if you saw it, he shaked his butt around and did all kinds of stuff. It was like a poem. It really was. Anyway, here's how my song starts. I didn't know him as well as I tell everyone I did. Hell, he was nearly 50 and I was only a kid. But even way back in those missing years when he was still just catching on, there was nobody better than Handsome John. The next time that I saw him, he walked off to paradise. Any way that I would say that I still take for advice, for with a plain spoken word and a simple melody, you can see this world with dignity. Look no further for your real boy. I said, here comes the singing big man from Bigwood, Illinois. The last time I saw him, he danced off to Lake Marie. When I realized I was laughing out in tears of victory, for with a few still missing and a new one coming on, there was still nobody better than Handsome John. Look no further for your I'm singing mailman from Lakewood, Illinois. Oh, oh, oh,